What up? This is Rama Screen covering movies, TV, and entertainment, and here's my review of Peacock's new documentary series, I Love You, You Hate Me. Hey, before you watch my review, please subscribe to my channel, press that like button, ring that bell, so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. Let's rock this! I love you, you love me, we're a happy family. Oh, Barney, Barney, Barney. What are we gonna do with you? Okay, so when the trailer for this docu first hit the web, I was like, is this a mockumentary? This looks silly. This has got to be a joke or some kind of a parody, right? But nope. I Love You, You Hate Me is your standard textbook docu, which in this case chronicles the rise of Barney and the phenomenon of Barney bashing. This docu dives into all the nitty-gritty details and features a lot of the people involved with the production of Barney and Friends. Unfortunately though, the creator, the brain behind this iconic character, Cheryl Leach, is MIA in this one, and that's a damn shame. I mean, of all the talking heads, she's the one that matters the most, but she can't be bothered to share her side of the story. So her absence is the only thing that makes this docu unable to reach its ultimate quality. But other than that, I Love You, You Hate Me is a sensationalized look at one of the most polarizing, misunderstood characters in TV history. Directed by Tommy Avalon, I Love You, You Hate Me is a limited doc-series chronicling the rise and fall of Barney the dinosaur's furious backlash and what it says about the human need to hate. From Barney bashing, to frat parties, to homicidal video games, something in American society broke into a million pieces and it's never been put together again. Or is this just who we were all along? Look, I get it. Maybe Cheryl values her privacy. Or maybe she doesn't want to be involved with any docu that explores the negative effect of Barney. Or maybe she just wants to remember her creation as the lovable sunshine it represents. Who knows what she's up to these days? Well, luckily, everybody else, including the ones who wore Barney costume and voiced Barney, are more than happy to share how Cheryl's legacy continues to touch their lives even to this day. So there are only 2 episodes in this docu-series and it's quite the emotional roller coaster ride because it starts with the admiration for a mother who just wants to create something for her son, and that turns into an American dream commercial success, and then the docu suddenly gets dark with the whole anti-Barney stuff that begins nearing the end of episode 1 and continues till halfway through episode 2. But it eventually ends on a pretty heartwarming note. Barney and Friends has been off the air for about a decade now, but you can still catch the old episodes online. What I'm getting at is, today's generation have no clue as to why the previous generation had such deep hatred towards Barney. And that's where this docu comes in. And there are multiple reasons that this docu brings up, but really, it all comes down to insecurity and toxic masculinity in that era that reached its boiling point. It's the same reason why Woodstock 99 became the shit show that it was. But at the same time, it's also endearing, hearing the testimonies from the guys who worked directly with Cheryl on the show, and they only have nice things to say about it. Clearly, there's a disconnect between what they intended the show to be and how the haters perceive that same show. Maybe if Barney had catered also to the parents and not just their kids, then maybe that whole bashing culture could have been avoided. But now we'll never know for sure, will we? This docu is very well put together. The archival footage and the emphasis on VHS tape definitely take me back to the good old days of me growing up in the 90s. By the way, at the time, I actually did not watch Barney because Sesame Street and 3-2-1 Contact were more of my jam. This docu also feels lengthy and extensive, but that's because director Tommy Avalon chooses to also cover life after Barney. Think of it as a where are they now expose. Some of it are shocking and some of it are amusing and heartfelt. Overall, I wouldn't necessarily call this docu a must-see. But if you have 2 hours to spare to go down nostalgia lane, then it would not hurt you to check out I Love You, You Hate Me.